Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Dawntrail. In the last episode, we finished up with the Juno First Walk Final Fantasy XI themed raid series. And got that all taken care of. And so now it has been months since that episode was recorded, and we are now at the release of the 7.2 patch, which includes new MSQ, the new Arcadian raid wing, and a bunch of other stuff, some of which we might show on screen, some of which I might not. There's still more coming in subsequent 7.2X patches. There's the Bosja, Eureka style field operations area, Shades Triangle, and there is the Cosmic Exploration stuff, which is the kind of couple of things I'm looking forward to. Not entirely sure I'm going to show any of those on screen, still thinking about it. I need to see more about what those are and how those work before I decide if I want to make episodes about them or not. But for now, what we're going to get into is the new MSQ and the new raid, and then we'll see. There is also more Hildebrand stuff. But can't remember if I mentioned, but we're going to be doing Hildebrand after I finish all of the MSQ in the 7.x patch series. So we'll be kind of doing that as, you know, while we're waiting for 8.0 to come out. So we'll get there. So in the MSQ, what the last thing that we did was the people in Solution 9 had their funeral for Sphene. We tracked down who Gul'Ja's mom was. We had some stuff with the Hetzaro, learned a little bit more about them, and then we found out that everyone's memory is being manipulated again, and apparently Sphene is back. So we have a lot of question marks to figure out. I did want to kind of go some thoughts about the 7.1 patch. Just quick opinions, thoughts about it. The 0.1 patches for the expansions are usually fairly light, so I wasn't really expecting anything too crazy out of the 0.1 patch. Usually it's a wrap up for any loose ends still dangling from the 7.0 MSQ or the 0.0 MSQ from the patch, and set up for whatever's coming next in the patch series. So that's pretty much what we got. We got the Hetzaro stuff, which kind of mirrors the rite of succession stuff that we're doing, all the various cultures where we're learning about them. So we kind of did that with the Hetzaro because we never had a chance in the 7.0 MSQ to do that, so that was fine. The stuff with Sphene is interesting. That's kind of where the curiosity is. Right now, all the stuff about Gul'Ja's mom, I'm kind of indifferent about. I, for one, during the 7.0 MSQ, didn't really care who Gul'Ja's mom was, because I figured that if she was important enough for us to know who she was, we would. So I had no real need to know who Gul'Ja's mom was. And I found it a little strange that they dedicated so much of the MSQ and an entire dungeon to us trying to figure out who Gul'Ja's mom was. So I can only assume that she is going to become important at some point, because it seems really strange to, again, dedicate that much space to a character that doesn't tell us anything new. Like, we could have assumed that, she was a female Momulja who was trapped in the dome, who was a Zoraljah sycophant, which is basically who she was, and it didn't tell us anything new about Zoraljah. So, still kind of, question marks there for me anyway. But we'll see if she shows up and becomes significant to the story, then that'll make sense. But right now, not sure. All right, but with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get back to the MSQ and see where we go from here. Alright, so, MSQ. Tassos. Yes, we are heading to the back room. That's all you do. Alright. I guess we'll just talk to Kryle. A glimmer of the past. Kryle wishes to catch up on recent events. Okay, so we need to recap. Ayame, your timing could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. Excellent. We'll just wait for Lamati. She should arrive shortly. Ayame, glad to see you here too. And speak of the devil, let's catch each other up, shall we? Right. I'll go first, if nobody minds. I've been back in Tuliolol and spoke with Kona. I told him all about the records left behind by Gulujah's mother, as well as Svin's reappearance. We decided that I should remain in the dome until things settle down more. But while I'm Gulujah's guardian, I'm also a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all from me. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this new Sphene. She has been making regular appearances before the people, and each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we've confirmed that only those wearing regulators have had their knowledge of Queen Sphene's death altered. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event. Though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator, given recent events, Sphene is the chief suspect. Many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollections. We'll carry on with our investigation. I'll head to Earth and Sky now and coordinate with our people there. There's one other matter. The highlight of this gathering, you might say. Would like you to meet a certain someone. By all means, where is this person now? In the break room. She is unwell and Yustol and Alisei have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. Yes, because we had someone appear in living memory. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. The break room is at the end of the hallway through that door. We can go whenever you're ready. Oh yes, and I've decided to go with a Final Fantasy XI themed glamour because, well, it just feels appropriate. Alright, let's see who this is. I have my thoughts. Yep, that's what I thought.
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
The actual original Queen Sphene?
We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis.
Yep.
Ishtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with a proxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
And I figured that the Porxies would be useful against that condition.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Fiend was created. The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
Kept in stasis or something?
What? But how can that be possible? The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people?
You've got a lot of catching up to do.
Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself. Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
In that dark room, there was an electric casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis. Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down, that was where you were kept in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
Alrighty then. Let's see what everyone has to say. Guluja? What would Otis do if he were here? What can I do? Wuglamat? The original Queen Sphene. We tell her what she wants to know, then we'll decide what we need to do. Shale? We turned up her chamber when we searched the Messer terminal. Safe to say none of us had anticipated this development. LSA? Wake up alone in the distant future and seemingly by no choice of your own. You can hardly blame her for reacting as she did. Yustola? The treatment may have been effective, but the road ahead for her remains uncertain. Alright. I do not believe that you are lying, so please tell me everything that has happened. Everything. Very well. Let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I will summon Grahatia and Kryl for now.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Y'shtola and Alisei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them. Not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
I will say Alisei never abandons those in need.
She's known those two for a long time. You can trust in her judgment. Besides, you helped to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long. I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Great idea! There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm.
All right, we can go together.
Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamat.
All right, title card. And by the way, can we get the kid a new outfit? I mean, surely we could find him a new outfit. All right. Sphene asked me not to call her by her title. I understand why, but it feels strange. Uklamont, come on, we'll give Sphene the grand tour. All right then, let's go. Thank you as well, Yami, for your kindness. The Endless Sphene, you knew her, did you not? It may take time for both of us to come to terms with the situation, myself especially, but I recognize that I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. Alright, what do we got? Well, I guess I'll take the creamy alpaca pasta. Well, that sounds delicious. Rustic handmade noodles boiled until tender, then tossed in a pan with grilled alpaca fillet and broccoli florets in a cream sauce. Yeah. Right, before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Shale has prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time. Alright then. Shale. You're still in Alice left for the government sector. They wanted to discuss how to go about treating those afflicted with lightning. Admirable. I don't know how they keep going without so much as a short break. Guluja. I haven't gone outside in a while. Shale decrypted more of my mother's records, so I've been spending a lot of time reading them. Uklamont. Even if she can walk, she's still far from fully recovered. I'll have to take care not to push her too hard.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Oh, that really suits you.
Agreed.
I'm glad to hear that.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
Alright then.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Sphene.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
Alright, so how are we gonna hide her face? Just put up the hood or glamour? Well, I guess we'll see. Alright, where are we headed? Yep, right over here. Okay, we're just putting up the hood, huh? So this is Alexandria. Despite being inside a tower, it feels as though I'm out in the open. And though the sights are nothing like I remember, Electrope is still everywhere I look. It is a strange yet familiar place. Alright, Gulajan. That lady wants to talk with Lamachi, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? There are so very many, I can't decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Ayame choose? The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. I have no pending Duty Finder registrations. So one of these first-person perspective scenes, I guess. Oh, no, one of these. Okay. I guess we'll start with Wuklamot and the Alexandrian citizen. The lady talking to Lamachi just came back from Tuliolol. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblum, but operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that a railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war, with Alexandria the aggressor, and continue to strive for peace. Tuliolol's leaders have shown great magnanimity. Close enough. And I can't help but be moved. Alright, Leno 9. If you attune to Lane Node 9, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. It makes it easy to get around. That's the mode of travel that utilizes ether currents, yes? We had the same in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. After the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, but the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. Disheartening to see them available again for us to use one and all. For the use of one and all. Alright, the Nexus Arcade. There are lots of different shops at the Nexus Arcade, selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The Endless Sween gave Ayame and Lamachi a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. The castle town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing now with Wuklamot. Alright, and government sector. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm unsure how to feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget. My parents, Otis, Zelenia, I want to remember them all. I'm reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. All right. Guluja? Thanks for your helping on me. I hope Queen Sveen, or I mean just Sveen, will feel at home here one day. Alright, Sveen. The joys of spying stars between faint gaps in the clouds is absent here, but 'tis a fine thing to be sheltered from the thunder and rain. Alright, Ukulmat. Sorry about that. I got a little carried away with the conversation. It's alright. Ayama and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great. Right then, why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. Alright then. This should be the closest, I would think. Alright. Guluja. What should I get? And see. I understand this cafe was named after the different races who appear as a mosaic of colors when they gathered here. What an inspired idea. Alright, well, come on. We've been waiting for a while, so let's rest our feet, eh? Drinks are on me. Sveen, Yami, the two of you go ahead and order first.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Of course. I should warn you, though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
I'll go with the sweet cocoa with extra cream on top.
Ah, I understand completely. The allure of something sweet can often be too strong to resist.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are! How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Bye, not Queen Sphene.
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
All right, as one would expect. Got a lot of stuff to work out. All right, scene. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better for having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry for not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. It's quite alright. The people have been through so much, it's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Ayame. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. All right. Yep. We'll use this node over here. Where are we going? There? Okay, we have a stricken citizen. Sphene? He was this way when we arrived. Clement? Hey, are you alright? Apparently not. Right? What's going on? He looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. Thank you. I was on my way to attend some business when the memory of being killed here came flooding back. The danger has passed, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Try as I might, I can't shake this fear. My courage has completely deserted me. The citizen is overcome with fear. I may need someone to rally his spirits to recover. Alright, we'll rally his spirits. There you go. You are rallied. Thank you. I feel better already. Your encouragement is exactly what I needed. But where are my manners? My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? They're the ones who came to those who came to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. That's correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It's only after they have passed away in their family's care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. A storage facility? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the deceased, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. I didn't know. I'd heard there were graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I'm loath to trouble you further, but since you asked, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been entrusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden, but it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments, and I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the families should be given the choice. Oh, they didn't have it before then. It's important to think about what people leave to us. I want to help. Do you want to help too, Ayami? Alright. Deliveries happen to be my specialty. Yes, we've made many deliveries in the past. Want me to carry a box somewhere? I'm truly grateful. Now there are 4 items to be delivered here in the Recreation Dome. I leave them in your care. In the meantime, I will head to the residential sector to make deliveries there. After you finish, please meet me back here. I would like to know the family's reaction. You know, there have been people in Tuliolol who've had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Would you mind if I went with Malachite just to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle those deliveries without me, of course. It's fine, it's fine. I'm sure he'll be happy for the company. Alright, Gulaja. Come, let us deliver these keepsakes to the families. Alright. Seen. So there are 4 items in total to deliver. Right. 3 for people on Trueview, and 1 for someone over by Neon Stein. Let's visit them in that order. Might I trouble you to do the talking, Ayami? I fear my voice may betray my identity. Lead the way, we'll be right behind you. Alright. Being accompanied. Alright, so. Oh, we have a talk spots. Sweet. The way the buildings are all in a row reminds you of the old castle town. Lively as it is here, I can see why Oblivion can blend in. Alright, the people around Trueview seem scary at first, but most of them are really kind. When I see someone pass out on the street now, I worry if they'll be alright. Pass out on the street? Energetic citizen. Is there something you need? Oh. I hit the wrong button. There you go. Here's a box. Ah, so Malachite sent you. He was very considerate when he offered to bring me the keepsake. He stressed that I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. I see why someone would say no, but I couldn't do that, not when it's something that belonged to my parents, who I understand now I will never see again. Having spare souls won't save us from the inevitable. That's always been the case, but now I find myself wondering about this and that. Like, how much longer can I avoid to muck around with my brothers? But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thanks for bringing me the keepsake, and give my regards to Malachite. Alright, who's next? We have Disconcerted Citizen. Oh, hello. Do I know you? We have a box. So this is the keepsake. Truth be told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. It's got me thinking about what we did to Tuliolol. I didn't even know we'd killed so many of their people, not until the funeral. What if they decide to retaliate? Lamati, Wuklamat would never do that. She and everyone in Tuliolol know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Oh dear, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you speak ill of your father. It's just, I can't stop worrying about death, and hearing that they're running out of neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. Alright, and then we have Brooding Citizen. What is it? If you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. We have a delivery for you. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping that it might help me remember, but no such luck it seems. The owner is dead, and they'll never become one of these endless Queen Sween tells us about. It's a sad thought. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become endless myself. If they're made by putting your memories into a new body made of ether, doesn't it mean you yourself still have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to receive a neo-regulator, but I've only had doubt since then. Queen Sveen herself recommends it. I want to believe that all will be well, but still... Sorry, I need to clear my head. That's everyone on True View. Then let's go to the Neon Stein. Alright, that's over here. Alright, Lively Citizen. Checking out the bikes. I want the blue one. Are you talking to me? Oh, right, this. I can't say it stirs any memories, but it does feel familiar somehow. You know, you look familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Ah, of course. You're the unenhanced challenger. No, champion. I can't stress how incredible it is. What you've achieved without using feral souls. It's a general honor to meet you, though not for the first time, I realize. Ah, yeah, that guy. It was at the infusion station in the government sector, and it wasn't my finest moment, as you might recall. You're the Arcadian fighter who was desperate for souls. That's right. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Anyway, seeing as we're meeting properly now, the name's Lathander. I used to fight in the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen Sveen's words to heart and found a new job, one where I could put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people are badly hurt when the mechanical soldiers malfunction, and I've been assisting with their rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Not many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing. Yeah, thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who has to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problem, but he's determined to overcome them in the hard way, with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents, a sturdy thing that survived the arena. I need to take better care of it. I'm the only blue-scaled Hubigo besides my father. Lamachi once told me that. I don't know how my father felt about it, and there are times when it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that. Even if I could look the same as an endless, I would never throw away this body. Most people find it hard to do so, I imagine. Just the thought makes me feel uncomfortable about the whole becoming endless affair. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you, and thanks for the delivery. Alright, I guess I gotta pick an option. Alright, I'm glad the way I am. It's my parents' gift to me and how I was able to learn more about them and about myself. Alright, what's up? We've takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Yami. From what I've seen and heard, it is plain that people held their queen in high regard, and the simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let us report to Malachite. He should be back in the north of the recreation zone. Alright, there's no Ethernet shard near there, so we're just gonna have to hoof it. Thankfully, the new jog mechanic is pretty nice. A little bit extra movement speed. Alright. Guluja. Malachi seems to be doing better. Uklamats. Done with your deliveries. We've just gotten back ourselves. And Sveen. Those who spoke with all harbored anxiety towards death. 'Tis hardly an unnatural sentiment to have, and yet... Alright, Malachite. Thank you for your assistance. With this, every delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. The reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want the items after all. How was your experience? Everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember their keepsake's owner, another couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I have come to believe that we are each of us the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away, we lost our memories of these people. We lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. Thank you again for your aid. Malachite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walked to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning, but I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me, for once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The endless fiend was one possibility, a version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact I did, though. Huh? Is that... Yep. The simulant? She's looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? Of course we are. Alright, let's see what's going on. Alright, Guluja. That was my first time seeing the simulant, though she was smiling. Something about her scared me. And Sveen, thoughts? It's a strange feeling pursuing one spitting image. Where does she want us to go, I wonder? And Wuklamont. The simulant headed into the street over there. The neon stein is that way. Let's hurry. Alright. Guluja? I don't like this. Sveen? What is she up to? And Wuklamont. Did we lose her?
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Hey! Are you alright?
So she didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice.
You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
No. You asked me that after you tried to kill me.
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate. If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments. 'Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it, and sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew. And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
Alright. What do you stand to gain by making everyone endless? I'm not going to answer that question, of course. Or maybe they will.
You're speaking to me?
Yes, to you.
Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict.
What is connected to your neck?
All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
I'd figured we'd run into them eventually.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people. Calyx! You always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
All right then. Well, we've got somebody new we need to blow up. All right. Guluja. What a cruel thing to say to Sphene. And Wiglamat. Dots. And Scene. Are you all ready on me? Forgive me, I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless, but perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. Alright, well, I think with that, we'll go ahead and end the episode. So, we'll go ahead and stop here, and we'll figure out what it is that we're going to do when we come back. So, for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.